Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. आराधना करने के लिए लौट गया। Oh, आता कहाँ नहीं लंबे नहीं देगा। You can sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Yeah, sit there. It will take some time. Yeah. Teruvan Saranai, welcome all to the second part of the program. And so before today, now the first part is actually to do the formal invitation to monks to observe the rainy retreat, the Vassana period in this temple. So this is a custom in the Buddhist tradition that usually monks in the Theravada tradition have to select one place to spend their 3 months Vassana period. And the term Vassana stands for rainy because origin of this custom start with the rainy season in northern India. So although the Buddha made it a different practice, but we still use that name Vassana period. So we know that around this time in northern India, particularly, you get heavy rains, and practically it's not easy to travel. But so at the time of the Buddha, there were many other religious practitioners, a lot of renunciants and ascetics, and so they all had this custom that during these 3 months long heavy rains, and they will stop traveling, and they will select one place, can be a cave, can be some covered place, and they will stop traveling, they will stay there. One is particularly difficult to travel, other one is actually they also have a deep concern on the creatures that are coming out from the ground. When you have heavy rains, there are many creatures coming out, and even new sprouts will come out. So during that time, there were ascetics who are extremely non-violent, that they even didn't want to step on a sprout, a new plant. So due to those reasons, they decided not to travel during that time and stay in one place. But the disciples of the Buddha continued to travel. And so they didn't have such a custom. And because the Buddha has given instruction for monks to go and help the other people, and the advice that Buddha gave to the first group of monks is to go in a charata bhikkhave charika, right? Travel and go to different places, and share this teaching with compassion with everyone. So therefore, monks were traveling. But then there was a public outcry saying that all the other ascetics stay in one place during this rainy season, right? And Bante, sometimes they say that even birds stay in one place only. This disciple of the Buddha, they don't follow the nature, they don't listen to nature, they keep traveling. So it was a first it was a public, criticism, right, Bante? Yeah, they were criticizing the monks. And Buddha was listening to, he was responsive and listening to this, public, demand. But then Buddha did not want to like simply make this period, simply a period that monks will stay in one place just to be to just to escape rain. So therefore, Buddha took some time, and then he recommended monks to stop traveling during the 3 months, but not simply stay in one place until the rain stops. But he recommended monks to use the 3 months as a period for intensive practice. Usually, so as Buddha asks, okay, before the beginning of the rain retreat, you clarify the teachings and you get the instruction from the Buddha or a senior monk of what kind of practice, what kind of meditation is appropriate for you to do, and you get all the instruction for whole 3 months. You'll be practicing and quite seriously, more intensely than other times because you are not traveling, and now you have fully dedicated your time for this practice. And at the end of the 3 months, they can go and report to the Buddha what progress they made in their spiritual practice. So therefore, the Buddha transformed this rainy season, rainy period, to be a period of intensive practice, mainly for monks, but also for lay people too. Because when the monk is decided residing in one place, and he is committing to his practice there, then the neighboring people, the local community can benefit from that monk. They can come to the monk and they can learn from that. So it became a period of intensive practice. Therefore, when Buddhism traveled to other countries, their rainy season is different. For example, Sri Lanka, July and August is the hottest months. We don't have rains during this time. Yeah, but northern India got rain, right? It's raining, right? Heavily rain. But it's not in Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka rain season starts somewhere in October, right?
Yeah, when cutting ceremony started,
Yeah, yeah, all the cutting ceremony is done under the rain. Yeah, and we have so it's not rainy season for Sri Lanka, and not even like other Southeast Asian countries, and not especially for the US. So therefore, when Buddhism traveled to other countries, but this custom continued because Buddha made it a different practice. It's not after Buddha recommended monks. It was not about problem of rain. It is actually using the rainy period as a period to have intensive practice. Therefore, even though there are no rains, monks continue to practice rainy or Vassana period or rainy retreat, just to to spend that 3 months as a period for intensive practice. And during the time of the Buddha, many monks who received direct, clear, individualized instruction from the Buddha were able to achieve full enlightenment at the end of the 3 months. And so many monks will start their intensive practice at the beginning of the full moon day in Asala, and then they will conclude by the end of 3 months. And many became enlightened during this 3 months period. So therefore it's very important period. And of course from that onwards, the monks and the lay people have followed in this tradition. So therefore so then people start to invite monks to observe and retreat in their local environment. So this recommendation by the Buddha to spend 3 months in one place gave rise to tradition of having fixed temples. Um, so if you read some of the history of the old temples, even in Sri Lanka, originally they were places where they invited monks to observe the rain retreat, Vassana period. And yeah, you will invite some monk and come and stay in their village, and they will prepare some temporary hut or something, and they take care of the monks. And eventually those places became Vaspolava, Vaspolava, and eventually those places became temples. Then after you became a temple, then of course monks cannot travel anymore. Then you have to be responsible for the local community. You have to take care of the temple. But taking care of the temple was not the monks' business. You were very free one day, right? You were very free. You were traveling from one place to other, and such a free life. But after you start this temple tradition, then you have to commit to the temple, commit to the local people, and then you become responsible for their spiritual well-being. And so it became a different lifestyle for monks. So so even though anyone invited us or not, Buddha has given a Vinaya rule, a discipline rule for monks to commit to oneself and stay in 3 months and do additional practices during that time and spend 3 months period. So whether you invite or not, we have the obligation to observe the Vassana precepts. But if you invite, then we will observe in that particular place. Yeah, and so that is what we are going to do today. So therefore, we have to restrict our travels. So we don't plan our travels during these 3 months. And today, actually, Bante Kamalasari, the other resident monk, we were planning to have him here, but we know that his father passed away, and so he traveled back to Sri Lanka. And then Bante Metta was in Sri Lanka. Then Bante Metta cut short his trip and came back because I was alone here. Yeah, I'm really I appreciate that. He had a lot of other plans, to help his own monastery in Sri Lanka, but he has to cut short everything. The Bante Kamalas is supposed to come here, but he has to wait until he get his visa stamp on his passport. So the U.S. embassy is very busy, so they only gave him a date in August for his interview. Therefore, he will come, but he will observe his rainy precepts next full moon day. So he can come before the next full moon day. So we monks have one option. If you miss this full moon day, you can observe the next full moon day, but then you have to stay additional month. Yeah. So by the Katina ceremony, you haven't completed your rain retreat, so you are not eligible to receive a Katina robe. Yeah. So that's the disadvantage. But you can spend an additional month. Yeah. So today you are making that invitation. So two of us will observe the rain retreat, and Bante Kamalas will join us later. Yeah. So this 3 months is a special month for us as monks, and also for the lay people, because the rain retreats is the number that we used to measure our seniority. Right, Bante? So when you meet a new monk, because we have a custom, whenever you meet a monk, you have to pay respect to this elder. So even the other monk is 1 year elder than you have to bow down and respect. So we respect each other, because in the Buddhist tradition we use respecting each other, bowing down to each other as a part of the practice, because we need to overcome our ego, our conceit. So usually within the monks we have that tradition that you have to pay respect. But when you meet a monk, you don't know who's elder, because it's not about age. It's not about age. It's about years in the monkhood. And then mainly the way we ask, how old are you? We don't ask, Bante, how old are you? We don't ask that. But the way we ask, how many rain retreats did you have? Was key.
Maybe in physical appearance, a monk looks like old even in was in his monkhood. If Suresh Mate become a monk because you have a shave,
he looks like a senior monk. But yeah, you can't fool us. We will come and ask you.
How many was
Yeah. So
I've seen Hamdro when asked, and when we ask, there's very soft voice they ask.
yeah, it's like very private. They ask. Yeah, we ask how many, how many rain related you had, and based on that number, if I have less number, I have to bow down.
Yes.
Yeah. So therefore, it helps us to have increase our seniority, maturity in the monkhood. So therefore, it's also very important for us. And also, we also have a obligation that every rain retreat, we will improve our knowledge of the Dhamma, and we will improve our discipline. We will improve our meditation experiences. So we have that responsibility, and also we also have the responsibility to guide the local community. Then, if you are inviting us and you are promising that you will provide basic necessities for us, and then we have obligation to give back the local community. So therefore, in the Buddhist tradition, what happened that this 3 months period became not only for monks but also for the whole community. Therefore, even in Sri Lanka and many other parts of the other countries, you have a special program during these 3 months. People do more meritorious activities, more listening to Dharma, more practice. Like Bhante, even in your temple, right? For example, in my temple in Sri Lanka, when you beginning from the July full moon, every day they start what they call 100-day puja. Every day there's a big offerings and chanting and meditation every evening. So villages come from so they try to attend all the 100 days. Some people try to they miss few, but they aim to attend all the 100 days. So continuously every day they will have a special gathering, a special puja and Dhamma sermon and meditation practice and chanting. In addition, they will also have other various programs in different temples, right? Bhante? Also, you organize additional programs during these 3 months. And here also, we have additional programs that we do only within the 3 months period. So we will have every Saturday, we'll have a Dhamma sermon, Dhamma discussion in the evening. Every other Saturday, but we will also have Dhamma sermon. And then we will have a special study during the Wednesday gathering. We will start to new series of studies, Buddhist studies, and then we will also have a meditation retreat in September. And then, of course, as monks, we will also have our own individual additional practices that we do during these 3 months, additional studies. And then every week we will get a family to offer us dana and also to have a more intimate discussion of the application of Dhamma in their life. So we will have additional programs too. Yeah. So that is the meaning of this Vassana period. And once we complete this 3 months long practice, then the Katina ceremony is actually the celebration of the successful completion of their 3 months period. We created this opportunity for monks and others to have more, to deepen their practice, to deepen their understanding and deepen their mental development. And the Katina ceremony is the one is a celebration that we all improve our knowledge of the Dhamma, we improve our practice, and it's also, in other hand, a ceremony of gratitude because you are expressing your gratitude for monks for staying there 3 months, and then you are offering a special robe to honor their commitment and show your gratitude. Yeah. Then after that, we are free to travel. Yes. Yeah. So, but here it's not easy to travel. Yeah. But that is the meaning of Karna ceremony. So today we are very thankful for Jayasekara family and especially our Padma Ratnaik Muhammad Mother, who would like to make that invitation on behalf of all the community here, and also we appreciate your coming forward to take the leadership this year, and also to sponsor the Katina ceremony, Katina robe this year. So I think now everything is clear, right? So we can now make the formal invitation to monks to observe the prayer. එහෙමනම් අපි වස් ආරාධනාව
අවස්ථාවදුන බොම්පින්
මයිකයෙන් කියන
හාමුදුරනේ අවස්ථාවට දුන්නට බොම්පින් හාමුදුරන්ට හාමුදුරනේ මුලින්ම මෙහෙම වස් ආරාධනාව ගෞරවනීය මහා සංඝරත්නයේ අවසරයි පැමිණෙන සිළු දෙනාගේනුත් අවසරයි පිට්ස්බර්ග් බෞද්ධ විහාරයේ සිළු දායක පින්වත්තුන් වෙනුවෙන් කරන ආරාධනාවයි. ඇසළපුර පසළොස්වක පොහොයෙන් ආරම්භ වන වස්තුන් මාසය තුල බුද්ධ නියාමයට අනුකූලව ඔබ වහන්සේලා දෙනම අප විහාරස්ථානයේ වස් සමාදන්ව වැඩවසන ලෙසත් අප සිළු දෙනාට ධර්ම ප්‍රතිපදාව මඟ පෙන්වන ලෙසත් සිළු දෙනා වෙනුවෙන් මෙයින් ගෞරවයෙන් ආරාධනා කරමි. මේ වස් 3 මාසය තුල ඔබ වහන්සේලාට සිව්පසයෙන් උපස්ථාන කරමින් රැක බලා ගන්නා බවත් පින් කුසල් වැඩෙන අයුරින් මේ කාලය ගත කරන බවත් මෙයින් පොරොන්දු වෙමු.
On behalf of the whole congregation, I respectfully invite two of you to observe your rainy retreat in our temple during the next 3 months in accordance with the advice given by the Buddha. Please also guide us to commit more to our spiritual practice during this Vassana period. We promise to provide you with the basic necessities during these 3 months.
සාදු සාදු Okay, so now you made the invitation, so we accept the invitation. So when we invite for special events, we use the betel leaves, right? So usually when we accept the betel leaves, you have obligation to follow that, right? So we will observe the rain retreat. Tomorrow is the day that we will observe our precept, and we will spend 3 months. And hopefully we all can make an effort to make this 3 months practice, a period of intensive practice. So I will give you specific guidelines what you can do additionally during this 3 months period. But before that, let us take a moment to think about the great, gift of the Dhamma that we have received, on this day, on a special the Vassana full moon day. And I think Vassana period has a very special significance. Need to bring him out. He loves you so much. Elita. Oh, which put up the lamp. Buddha said that, our life keeps flowing, and we are um, losing every day in our life. Um, and Buddha said that actually every night we pass, every night we spend, um, is a night that will never come back. So Buddha said, "Achente kala taryanti ratyo." Our time is continuously decreasing, and every day, every night is passing one by one. So every day we are one day closer to our death. That's the reality, right? Every day we are one day closer to the death. So and during that time also, like every day we are growing old. Of course, Dinit is growing old, and Rasali and Timali also growing old, and Sakya also growing bigger, growing old. But so they're happy that they are growing old, right? So how old are you, Sakya? Is 8 and yeah. Okay, that's great. Good. Thank you. Yeah, Rasali, how about you? 9. So at that age, usually you say 7.5, 8.5. They really like to say the next one also. But so when they reach the prime of their youth, and after that, we really grow old, right? So the more they are going, actually, we are growing old. So in our life, actually, after certain point in our life, everything is decay. Our body will not grow. I mean, others grow old, it's nothing to grow, right? So gradually it's decay. So the more years we spend, actually, the more decays is happening. So that is the nature of the body. But what the Buddha has told us, actually, although our body is growing old day by day, day by day, day by day, but there is something that we can genuinely, truly grow. Not simply growing old, but actually really growing, truly, really developing. And that is where Buddha wants us to pay our attention to, because life is going to, flow as it is, and there's nothing we can do about it. Yes, we can take care of our body. You can take, healthy food. You can have a healthy lifestyle that will give you a healthy, little bit long life. But it's growing old. It's going to die, and also growing old. So therefore, Buddha said that we have to pay attention to what really we can really develop and grow in this life. So that is why trainer retreat is very important, because every Vassana period um, is is uh, is not going to come back again. We never know how many more Vassana period that we may have in our life. Right? So every Vassana period is an important moment, because that is bringing us that will in during that period we will grow old. But instead of letting only to body to grow old, Buddha really wanted us to pay attention to the good qualities that we can develop, and then grow them by when the body is growing old and weak, make your mind stronger and stronger, and make your spiritual wholesome qualities stronger and stronger. So when our body is growing old and decaying and becoming weak, we can make actually our mind is stronger and sharp, and then and full of wholesome good qualities. So therefore, Buddha showed us that what are the things that we can grow in our mind. Basically, there are 5 special qualities that we can grow, and we call them Saddha, Viriya, Sati, Samadhi, Panya. These are the 5 qualities that we can grow. That will be the real growth in our life. So Saddha means actually deep appreciation and admiration of the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, and you means you emotionally develop deep appreciation, admiration, and also the self confidence of the fact that I can grow. The more you realize that in the techniques of the teachings of the Buddha, and although you may not have achieved the culmination of the spiritual growth, but we can develop a confidence based on our normal, based on our simple practice. When you see the difference happening in our life, and we develop confidence that these teachings works. These teachings help me to stay calm. These teachings help me to control my defilements, my careless, my anger. When you notice them, when you have personal experience to some degree, and you develop confidence that this is working, and I can continue to practice, and also you develop deep appreciation, admiration of the Buddha, because Buddha has given these techniques. That is the great teachings we have given. So saddha can be developed. So we may be in different level of the saddha. Some people may not have developed saddha enough because they haven't really tested it. They haven't really, have enough exposure to it. So they may have less saddha. But the more we understand, more we practice, more we get some personal experience, and more you develop this, conviction, confidence, and appreciation. So we can grow that. That's a great quality that we can continue to grow. So we may growing old, but our mind is growing strong with saddha. And the second one is virya. That means our ability to stand or stand in front of our defilements, and our ability to uh, our ability to go beyond our circumstances. Most of the time, we are responding or reacting to our circumstances. If everyone around us is very very nice and very kind, and we'll be a good patient person, right? But that is not virya, right? But the Buddha has said that, right, for the monks also. Um, Buddha has said that if you receive all your sivapasaya, four requisites, without any problem, and if your community is so nice to you, and you are very patient, but I don't consider it as a real patient. When you start to have problems in your community, when you do not get your sivapasaya well, and when you have all other challenging environment, if you can maintain your patience in that environment, that is the true patience. So therefore, the virya is actually our ability to go beyond our circumstances. There can be a situation where you have a good chance to steal something, and nobody's going to find it out, right? Nobody's going to find out. And you have the opportunity, and so many people will do it. But the person with the virya is thinking about his discipline, his principles, and then even though there's such environment circumstances there, he will not do it. He has the ability to go beyond the urge that is coming. So our natural, our habitual, we may have unwholesome urges. So if you become a victim to that urge, that means you don't have virya. You are like a victim. I mean, every urge, every defilements will overcome you, will overwhelm you. In the same way, there's an occasion, there's a circumstance you can really get angry, and so you have all right to be angry because someone really, mistreated you. Maybe something didn't happen. Maybe you paid for some service, they didn't provide you service. Now you have full right to be angry. Right? So many people will get angry. Yeah. But if we have the ability, even in that kind of circumstance, that you understand the situation, you will still address that. But internally, you will not burn yourself. You understand that this. Everyone has all these weaknesses, and you kind of accept it. And maybe later you can file a complaint or whatever. You can do it, but without inner burn. So virya is the ability to go beyond our inner urges and also go beyond the circumstances and stick into our spiritual practice. That's we call vigor, right? When the spiritual vigor, spiritual vigor. The term vigor has a meaning of, what's the meaning of vigor? Energy. Yes, yeah. Sometimes vigor is also translated energy. So That's a quality that we can grow, virya. So people may have different levels of virya. Some may have very little virya, some has middle medium virya, and some may have a strong virya. And our goal should be in our life, particularly during rain retreat, is to can I grow my virya? Can I grow my virya? Yeah. So how much virya do you have? Saki, how much virya do you have? Let's say you have you have eaten well, but then someone gave you a pizza. Okay, will you jump and eat it, or you will hold it and keep it to eat it later? Which one you will do?
Jump and eat.
So if you straight away jump and eat, you have zero virya. If you can stay 10 minutes and eat, you have 1% virya. And
She doesn't
do that. Okay, she has, I think, strong virya. She can postpone under the next meal, right? Yeah, that means you have good virya. Yes. Yeah. So we may have different levels of our virya. So we can improve them. Those things are really can be developed. Whether it doesn't matter your age. You may age, you may be very weak in your body, but your virya can be very strong. And the next one is sati, which is the mindfulness, which is the basis of all other virtues too. That is our ability to observe our own mind and our own body. We usually call the ability to look in and ability to maintain the self-awareness. Self-awareness, that is mindfulness. You pay your attention to your body, your feelings, your mind, and your mental states. But roughly, it is ability to have self-awareness. And most of the time, we are not really aware of our own, thoughts. We are not aware of our own speech. We are not aware of our own words. We simply act out of, our habits. So the viri and sati is go together, and from the sati you become aware. Oh, I feel like scolding that person. I feel like what do you feel when you're really angry? What do you feel like? Throwing things away, punching someone. Have you had that feeling? Yeah. So you may have in sati you become aware of it, and then you can develop that self-awareness. Sometimes originally we are not aware of our own thoughts. We simply act out of them, but you can gradually develop that ability to be aware. Sometimes we become aware after the fact. You already scolded, and after a while we're like, oh, I could have done better, Yeah, but it's still there is some level of sati. You become aware of little later, but we can improve it through practice to close the gap. Right? Earlier, you become aware of your own foolishness, maybe a day later, and you can decrease that, and eventually you can come to the point that as soon as you have this urge, you become aware of it. But you need virya to stop. Sometimes you may have mindfulness, but you don't have enough virya to stop it. You know that if you feel like you become aware that I'm angry, but you don't have enough virya to stop what you are going to say. You still say it. Yeah, and then but so virya and sati go together. But sati is the ability to become aware of our own thoughts, our own habitual patterns. But that can be developed too. And then the next one is samadhi, which is our ability to settle our mind, our ability to calm our mind, and that is mainly the typical meditation. And you know that our mind is running from one to the other, one to the other, one to the other, right? Even right now, like listening this talk, how many things we can think about, right? Our mind is moving from one to the other. That's okay. That is how our mind operates. But we can also develop this ability to settle it, bring it, and calm it down, and then we get a deeper levels of happiness by doing that. But it also pave the way for insight, because our current mind, the way it is moving from one to the other, is not capable of really realizing the true reality of our life, because the reality occurs very quickly. in the quantum level, and our normal mind is not sharp enough to catch, to see anything arising and passing away is happening so fast. Our normal mind is not capable enough to catch it, and our mind is flipping from one to the other, and we don't pay enough attention long enough to really see the reality. So therefore, but samadhi is the ability to develop that tranquility, that stability, that stillness. And sometimes it may be difficult for some people to settle the mind. Some people may have some capacity. Some people may have developed capacity. So they are in different degrees. So this ability can be developed. Doesn't matter how old are you. Doesn't matter what's your age. But these things can increase when your physical strength is weakening. These things can be increased. The last one is the most important, which is panya, which is the wisdom or insightful wisdom, your direct experience of the life itself, your direct experience of reality, and do personal realizations. And you may learn the Dhamma by reading the sutras, by listening to the monks, but you can make it your own personal experience. Then it becomes panya, right? Right. Then we talk about difference between knowledge and wisdom, right?
Yeah.
Thimali, have you thought about difference between knowledge and wisdom? What you would say? What would be the difference between knowledge and wisdom?
Well, knowledge is like knowing something, and wisdom it's like different than knowing something. Like
It's not knowing the facts.
Not knowing the facts, but like
Yeah,
I
you
don't
can
know
try.
how to
You
say
can
it.
try. Yeah. It's
like
yeah. While he's getting some word in Thimali, what do you think about the difference between knowledge and wisdom?
knowledge is like what you know about something, and
Yeah.
then wisdom is
You got the word?
um
I think they all say some difference, but problem with this.
knowledge is, for me, wisdom is like the experience,
Exactly.
while knowledge
Yes.
is just knowing what it is.
Exactly. Yeah. Thimali, do you like to add anything? Exactly. Wisdom is related to experiential realization. Right, Bante? It's like when you realize by yourself, it is wisdom. Knowledge you can get from reading, from Googling, from classes, from teachers. It's a fact. I mean, these are important facts, but it's not personal realization, right? Yeah.
Wisdom is like when you like think about it more.
Yeah, exactly. You reflect on it, you think about it, you make it personal realization, right? Personalized. Exactly. So the last quality that we can, of course, we can also develop knowledge. We can know more. That is what we do in education. We go to school, we learn more and more and more facts. Earlier we didn't know them, but we know them. But those facts, knowledge, sometimes can be forgotten. And in many things that we learn for exams, it'll be completely forgotten after 2 months. If you give it the same exam, you'll get a bad grade, because knowledge is something we learn, but it can be forgotten. But wisdom is not something we'll forget, because it's a personal realization. So the wisdom can be developed. Your personal experiential understanding can be developed more and more. So those 5 things can be grown, and the real meaning of our spiritual practice is to grow these 5 qualities. So therefore, what Buddha said, that it doesn't matter, we may grow old, we may go weak, there's no point of, try to, like we cannot defeat that process. No one can stop aging, yeah. I don't know, maybe people are doing, various studies. What do you think? Do you think that, Mark, do you think that, someone will find a way to like stop, the cell growing old? Yeah. So we cannot defeat that process. But the only game that we can win is actually focusing on the mind. Focus on the mind and then focus on these qualities, and they can be developed, they can be grown. So I think I would like to share the experience I had. About 3 weeks ago, I was in West Virginia, Bahana Society. There was a meditation retreat for monks. Um, so during that time, we learned a lot. We had a lot of good experiences in meditation. So Bante Gunaratana, Bante Ji, who is 97 years old, senior monk, and he was there. And so and so he's very old, definitely, so close to his 100. But the sharpness of his mind, his memory, is amazing, and how he remembers so many things, and his clarity, and when we give his talk, how he maintained the logic, how he maintained the strain of because in the talk he may sometimes give us a story, share his personal experience and story, but he will come back the main topic. And sometimes we also lost, we also lose our, order of our talk when we started, talk about, the stories. But in his mind, it's very um, logical, and a sharp memory, and very, clarity of the knowledge. So when you talk to him, you don't feel like he's old. You don't feel like he's old. He never forget things. He's very sharp, and that is the sharpness of his mind. So when we were with him, we feel like we are sometime older than him, because we may forget things. He will remember everyone's name. Even you are a visitor for that day, he will remember your name. And sometimes we forget the names. Yeah. But he has such a clarity of his mind, and that showed me actually how we can truly grow. And even when you think about his physical body, we are supposed to go to the meditation hall at 4:30. So we wake up at 4 o'clock and clean ourselves, and we go to the meditation at 4:30. And it was quite challenging for me also to wake up at 4 o'clock. And then we were living in the huts in the middle of the forest. We had to walk all the way to the meditation hall in the dark, because we have torch. So like waking up and washing yourself and walking all the way to the meditation hall at that early morning is requires a lot of virya to do that. Not easy, not smooth. But whenever I reached the meditation hall, Bhante Ji is already there in the hall. In the morning, you don't have many lights, only few lights and some candles. So you see only the outline of his body, like a statue, is sitting right there in the middle of the meditation hall, like a statue at 4:30. I was thinking, then I was thinking, oh, and and I feel this difficult to come here, but Bhante Ji is already there. I developed inspiration. I should really come every day. But I thought like, I will challenge myself. I want to come before him. So I woke up a little bit earlier and then came to meditation hall at 4:15, thinking that I will sit before him. When I come at 4:15, statue is there. He's already there with a little candle lit, not shaking anything, like a statue. And next day, I tried to come a little bit early and early. For all 7 days, I could not come before him. I even went there. 4 o'clock, he's already there. Maybe he's coming there at 3:30. I don't know. But I was not able to go to meditation hall before him any day that I was there. So think about his physical strength too, and knows his ability to meditate in that early morning like a statue, like simply sit and straight all the way to 6 o'clock when we start our chanting, and have that kind of clarity and physical strength and everything. So it shows that actually we can grow old, but actually our mind, our sharpness, our spirituality, all these good qualities can be really developed. Of course, we can think about this other goodness like compassion and loving kindness, blessings. Yeah. So therefore, I think that's a good inspiration for us, to how we should spend these 3 months. So think about those qualities we can grow. That is the only thing we can grow. Everything else will grow or decay. Everything else we have will decay. Our body, our hair, our beauty, our strength, everything will decay. But we can actually grow spiritual qualities. So those are the only thing that we can grow. So remember that during this 3 months period, I will increase my saddha, I will increase my virya, I will increase my sati, I will increase my samadhi, I will increase my panya, and those things can be developed, and we really have to develop at least little bit more during this 3 months period. So I will encourage you to start your daily practice, and of course we will give you enough opportunities, guidance to learn more dhamma during this time. But you can think about, like, especially uh, um, like starting every day with some kind of setting the goal, some kind of chanting, some kind of inspiration, and thinking about the Buddha. And we have that chanting card, right? We distributed a few years ago, that every morning you will read that. Kay used to read that every day, right? Yeah. Do you remember it? Yeah. So we start some daily practice. And one other guidance I can give you, actually make a goal, that during this Vassana period, I will select a Dhamma book, Banapatak, all right, Dhamma book, and I will finish it. I will read it. I will ask questions to clarify anything in it from the monks. I will complete that Dhamma book. That will develop your Dhamma knowledge, but then when you reflect it, that will develop your wisdom too. So we have a library here. We can let you borrow books, or you can also buy also, but you can borrow a book from here and make a determination that during these 3 months, I'm going to really digest into this book, and I will learn. So that is one thing we can do very easily. One other thing I can suggest, actually, you can also transform your daily routines of your life, a part of your meditation. Like if you have to walk in your day, let's say in evening walk, or maybe your walk from your car to your workplace, maybe to your shopping mall, that walking period can be a period of mindful working. You can develop your mindfulness by simply walking that distance with full mindfulness, how you are really moving your feet, how you press your muscles, without thinking about other things. You didn't think about politics, you didn't think about all other things, but you simply pay attention to your foot, and you walk that distance as a walking meditation. So those things you can do. And one other thing I can suggest also, actually, to transform your meal time to be a spiritual time, because you are not going to miss your meal, right? Are you going to miss your meal? No, right? How many meals do you take in a day? 3. How about the snacks? But anyway, so meal, when you have it, you can select a main meal, maybe a dinner, maybe lunch. And remember today, before we eat, we made a contemplation. Yeah, so like that, before you eat, you take your meal and you take a moment to reflect on this food. You can reflect on all the people, all the beings who are part of this food, and be grateful to everyone of them. And also think about the how all beings are depend on this food. All beings need this food, and very life is a struggle for many people and many beings because they are relying on food, right? So you can think about our whole body is completely relying on this nutriment. If we don't get them, it will be gone. It's not that a strong thing, actually. It's a very fragile body. So you can think about, contemplate. First, you can have gratitude, and then you can have deep contemplation. How my whole body is depends on this food. Whatever body I have right now is a product of all the food that I have eaten so far. So it's not really mine. It's not really mine. It's all the food that I have eaten so far, right? So, and so you can reflect on that. So have some deep reflection. As Temali mentioned, you can know about it, but when you keep reflecting it, then it's really internalized. It become really, you can make it really. It will transform into wisdom. You can know facts, but it will not really sink into you until you contemplate and reflect. So I will encourage you to, during these 3 months, select one meal before you eat, do a very short contemplation, gratitude, and then our reliance on food, and then have developed some kind of understanding about our body, true nature of our body. Yeah, that will help us to improve those qualities. So let us make a determination to spend these 3 months, yes, not only for monks but also for all of you. So I truly wish that may this three months Vassana period be a period for your intensive practice. May you grow your spiritual qualities. May you grow in your saddha. May you grow in your virya. May you grow in your sati. May you grow in your samadhi. May you grow in your panya during this 3 months period. May we all evolve into a better versions of ourselves by the end of this 3 months period. May you all have a spiritual growth. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, now that part is over. But today we also would like to do a little bit a special event, not event actually, moment, because we just realized a few days ago actually that this monthly gathering. So we all aware that our spiritual companion, our good friend, and also for many of us also our your mentor, our Su Upeka is moving to North Carolina. So she's actually moving next month. But she has been such a very important part of our community, our Buddhist center from the very beginning. She has been a part of our Buddhist center, and so we thought that maybe we just want to thank you before she leaves. Of course, there are more days for her to leave, but I thought that maybe we will not. Our Sri Lankan community may not meet her because she's leaving in middle of August. So so we will take this opportunity to appreciate her. I think you all have met her, and then and so she's head of our education committee. So we organize a lot of courses, and also we particularly organize a lot of classes for children, and importantly our summer camp. And she has been such a main person to organize, arrange everything and galvanize, all the people. And definitely, it's a big loss, and we will definitely miss her. And fortunately, Buddha had taught about impermanence, and therefore, so we will practice that, teaching, and we will miss her. It will be big loss for the Buddhist. But we are deeply grateful for all her service. But she will, although she is physically away, right? And she will still be in touch. She will still help with our education programs, and will still help us with anything we have to write. She's always a good editor, and she has always been a good teacher to our Bante Metta, Bante Kamalasri, and all other resident monks. She will come and teach them English, and she really helped our monks to improve their English, and she also helped me to edit my writings. And so it's a great, I feel so blessed that we met her at the very early part of our Buddhist center. So because of her, so many things improved in our Buddhist center, and I feel like it is my good karma. It is our good karma to have her with us. Although she physically leaves, she will still be here. So today we want to express our gratitude.
And all the people here have really made an impact on me. And I think I have a pretty good understanding of what spiritual friendship means. And
Kalyana Mittata. Yeah.
I've had that opportunity to meet a lot of Sri Lankans who have helped me in so many ways. And I learned from them. I learned from watching them. And I'm so grateful for that. I'm leaving a lot. And it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. Bante, yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Dear Bantes and dear friends and dear Veka, I just wanted to express our gratitude for all what you have done for, I would say, more than a decade of associating with Pittsburgh Buddhist Center. And you have been a leader in American Buddhist Friends, taking care of the center, Bantes, and we have few close American Buddhists where monks, the Bantes can call mom, mother. So she's one of the mothers that who had been with us, and especially since she comes from a academic educational background, she always put a lot of emphasis helping Bantes to learn English when they first come to USA. And to do that with our monks, somebody has to have a lot of patience. And she has that. And she was doing it tirelessly. And we have no words to express our gratitude. We are all going to miss you, but though you are far away, we think you are still going to be with us. And I wanted to say it's hard to replace you, Pekka, but we hope whenever you come to Pennsylvania, you visit one place in the Buddhist Center. And thank you for everything, and you have made a difference for the Pittsburgh Buddhist Center for more than a decade. And we are so grateful. Thank you.
Yes. She also made an effort to travel to Sri Lanka. And then with Bhante Metta, he visited many places in Sri Lanka, and he visited my master, my monastery, and also my mom. So when she visited my mom, she has prepared a special gift to my mom. That's actually, she has been collecting all the photos of the Buddhist Center, how I, do a lot of programs here. And then she has collected all these things and put into a nice album. And that was one of the greatest gifts that my mom got, because I was not thinking about that, because my mom will be so happy to see what I'm doing here because she can't see. But she made a collection of nice album of all the activities that I'm doing here, and then presented that to my mom, and she kept it, as a treasure now. So, and she has also met Bhante, met us, mother and family.
She did the same. So that is in 2019. No.
Yes.
Yeah. And also, she was with me in Srima Bodhi, the sacred Bodhi tree in Anuradhapura. Exactly when I was when my
your ordination
birthday.
Yeah.
She gave me a surprise with her daughter Joy. It was a unforgettable experience for me in my life, and also she was so lucky. Bhante, she had a chance to go to the very close to the cascade of the tooth relic in Kandy.
Sri Lanka.
So very close. We opened the door, so I get permission. So she was so lucky in the early morning. So and she had paid her respect and offering some flowers and so on. Just only maybe 2 weeks, right? 3 weeks maybe. Yeah, 2 weeks.
Yeah. So she had met our parents too.
Yeah.
So that's nice. Okay, with that, Bhante, we will now hand over that. So in order to express all of our appreciation and gratitude, we would like to give you a small a present. So yeah. Please come. Yeah, so on behalf of you. Okay.
Very cheery.
This is our deep, deep appreciation.
Much. Thank you.
Now you can show this.
Thank you.
You can.
You can do it.
Yeah, you
This is a Christmas.
Any gifts? Any gifts? Too hard to guess.
See it before me. From the Dhammapada, and it said, as a sweet smelling lotus pleasing to the heart may grow in a heap of rubbish, so a disciple of the Buddha shines with wisdom amid challenges and negativities in life. And it's presented to me in appreciation of spiritual friendship. Thank you so much. That's very touching, very beautiful. And it has the logo of the Pittsburgh Buddhist Center down here. And I know a place which is will hang in our new home, so thank you. Very sweet. Thanks. Thank you so much.
Okay. We will now conclude our session with Pirit chanting. Okay, so today especially we want to thank Jayasekar family and especially Padma Ratnayaka mother, who came all the way from Germantown, Maryland to make this invitation, and also committing to be the main sponsor of our Katina ceremony. And I also want to thank every one of you. Today is a different date. Usually we have our gatherings on Sundays, but this time we have on a Saturday. Yeah. So we don't have usual group some people here, but I really appreciate your participation here. So let us all start this great period, great season until the October. So we are going to chant period, wishing everyone good health, peace, and happiness. So first of all, let us take a moment to settle our mind, and we will go into a meditative mode before we listen to the period, and we will chant these sutras given by the Buddha with great compassion to all living beings. And the Buddha has given these teachings, these sutras with great compassion. So therefore, we will chant the same sutra for you now, wishing you all good health, peace, and happiness. May you all have the opportunity to achieve the wholesome goals in your life. If you have any obstacles, and may all these obstacles go away, and may you be able to achieve your goal smoothly, and may you be blessed with good health, peace, and happiness. May you all get more opportunities to practice the Dhamma. May we all be able to experience deep peace and happiness. May we all be able to walk the path shown by the Buddha, and may every day may we be closer and closer to deep happiness, deep satisfaction, deep peace, the Nibbana that Buddha has taught us. May all of you receive these blessings. May all of you be well, happy, and peaceful. First, let us take a moment to listen to the sound of the bell, and in the middle, we will start our chanting. We will settle our mind and make our mind receptive, open to receive the blessings. Feel your body. Come to this moment. Feel where your body is touching now. Feel your posture, exactly how you have kept your body. And feel your breath. How the breath is gently moving through your nose, in and out. We are in front of the statue of the Buddha and making our mind as wholesome as we can. And we are going to listen to the chant, the words of the Buddha. You may feel the vibrations in your body. Be open to these blessings. Be receptive to these blessings. May you all be well, happy, and peaceful. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Karaniya manta kusalena yantang santang padang abhisamiti sakko jocha sojocha soacho chasamudho anatimani santu samsakocha subharocha Ampadichocha sallahukavunti santrindriyocha nipakocha ampagambo kulesu ananugindo nacha kundang samacare kinchena vinyo pare upavadeyum Sukino akimino hontu sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitanta yeke cipan bhutat tasavatavarava sadi kavai mahantava majjimaras kanukatula dittavai ये च दूरे वसन्ति अविदूरे भूतावासं भविष्य वासब्बे सन्ता भवन्तु सुखितन्ता परो परं निकुम्भेत नाति मन्येत कन्तचिनं कञ्चि व्यारोसना पटिक संज्ञानान्यमन्यस्य दुःखमिच्चै माता यथा नियं पुत्रं आयुषा एकपुत्रमनुरक्ति एवं सम्भूतेषु मानसं भावये अपरिमाणं नित्यं च सम्भलोकस्मिन् मानसं भावये अपरिमाणं उद्धं अतो च तिर्यं असम्पादं अवीरं असपन्तं तीर्थं चरं निसिंहो वा सयानो वा यावतंस विगतमिन्दो एतं सतिं अदित्यय ब्रह्ममेतं विहारं इदमाहुदित्यं अनुपगम्य शीलवादर्शनेन सम्पन्नो कामेषु विनियगेदं न हि जातु कम्पशय्यं पुनरेति तेन सञ्च वज्रेन सन्ति ते होतु सम्पदाये तेन सञ्च वज्रेन सम्बरोगो विनश्यतु एतेन सञ्च वज्रेन होतु ते जयमङ्गलम् सम्भीतियो विवज्जन्तु सम्भरोगो विनश्यतु माते भवन्तन्तरायु सुखी दीर्घायुको भवतु सम्भमङ्गलं रक्षन्तु सम्भदेवता सम्भबुद्धानुभावेन सदा सन्ति भवन्तु ते भवतु सम्भमङ्गलं रक्षन्तु सम्भदेवता सम्भधर्मानुभावेन सदा सन्ति भवन्तु ते भवतु सम्भमङ्गलं रक्षन्तु सम्भदेवता सम्भसङ्गानुभावेन सदा सन्ति भवन्तु ते blessings to you. Okay, now we will conclude the session, and I want to thank you especially for people join our YouTube. Really appreciate your participation. Thank you, Adrian, for your good wishes, your blessings and good wishes. And
Thank you.
yes, thanking so right, yeah, yeah. There's a message by Adrian thanking you, yeah, in the message with a lot of flowers and hearts. So, yeah. Thank you. Look forward to see you again in our next gathering. Dearest Sue, a deep bow of honor and gratitude for all that give and bring forth so generously for the greater good of all. Heart, flower, and heart. double heart. Adrian. Okay, so please come for a blessing stream.